Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, welcome back to the show. Today, we're talking security. I want to talk about security because as the bull market comes and everybody is bullish and we're, staking here and trading there and doing all that using bots, it's time to focus on security. You can lose all your funds with one simple misstep. There is about $9.3 million that's been stolen only in November. This is only what's documented, and there's been billions and billions stolen the past years. So it's crucial for you to pay attention to security. We don't do any home insurance and any health insurance until we have a problem and we realize that we should have. So I am bringing you here the problem, and I'm telling you to pay attention. This is gonna be a short video, but it will potentially save you a lot of money. I talked to people who lost hundreds of thousands, millions, and even more. So it's very important to focus on security. Guys, if that sounds good, if you like this content throughout the video, make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. And if you like the presentation and the knowledge and the alpha, make sure to follow me on X. There's a link in the description as well, but you can see it up there. Let's jump into it. We're gonna cover a lot of topics, but number one will be exchanges. Exchanges, software, hardware, whatever you use. Now, it's very important that you're in crypto. That means you use wallets, you use centralized exchanges, you use different trading bots, you use different staking protocols. It's very important that as we progress into the bull market, we're gonna have so much opportunities. Everybody will promise us the stars, everybody will promise us the cream and with the cherry on top. And you have a responsibility to identify what is a scam and what is not a scam. What is a malicious website and what is not a malicious website. We're going to talk about phishing links in a second. But you have to make sure to choose the right partners, the right software you use, whether it's an exchange, whether it's a trading bot, whether it's a Telegram mini application, whether it's, whatever you might be using, a wallet, a staking protocol. And do not fall for the high advertisement of completely unknown software that you can find online. So it's very important. This is one of the reasons why I always tell you there's a link in the description to all our partners. If you want to check them out, we know they are great. We know that they are reliable. We did our due diligence, or our team did the due diligence. But it's always important to, one, either use a very well-known name, or two, if you try out a new exchange or a new software or a new bot for some promotion or for some benefits, which is actually great because you can have very, very good deals, it's important that you only use the ones that are coming from reliable sources. How can you check that if you did not know? Well, one of the things you can do is you can go on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap and you can search for exchanges. So there is this exchanges button here, and then you can search for exchanges. Both you can search for derivatives, you can search for decentralized, and you can search for crypto exchanges, which are decentralized exchanges. And then you will obviously see Binance, Bybit, Coinbase, OKX up here with the trust score. But if you can turn this around, you can go and see their exchanges down here with the lowest trust score. Now, having a green 6 out of 10 trust score, not necessarily bad, but if you can choose, pick something from the higher ranges, or again, pick something from reliable sources. You can do the exact same with decentralized exchanges. You can go down here and then you can see either their pairs, you can see their trading volume. So if there is $39 billion volume on Velodrome, which is insane. It's insane. $40 billion worth. Anyway, so you can see Velodrome, for example, you know that you can use these, and you can even potentially purchase the tokens if for example, for Velodrome, any of the DEXs you can potentially do. But this is the way to vet your exchanges. If you are uncertain, ask. Come to the community, ask. Come to the comment section. Ask in the comment, come to my X. I actually I answer to everybody on X, every single DM. So make sure to do that and come and ask. Don't do something stupid. The second thing is passwords and emails. Now, there are a lot of ways to do this, but where people really get lost is that they use the exact same password and the exact same email combination on every single website, and that's a guaranteed way to get screwed if one of your emails or login credentials got leaked. Why? Because let's say you use the exact same email address and password on different platforms. When you have a leak, there is an exchange, for example, that goes, so whatever happens, and you have a data leak, it can be any simple. If you use the same email and password combination anywhere, you use it on, I don't know, the games that you play as well. So if something gets hacked and your data gets leaked, the first thing the hackers will do, they will go on to all the exchanges and try the combinations and everywhere they can. And if you don't have two-factor authentication, which I'm going to talk about in a second, you will get hacked and your account will be drained. So it's it's very important to differentiate between passwords and login credentials. So it's email, password. It's not only that. It's the best way to do it is not only to have a different email and different password to most of the things, but also differentiate them. So like, don't ever have the same password in different places because it can be connected to you. Now, a good way of doing it, and then the question is, where do you keep your passwords? You can keep it in anywhere, basically, any password manager, any Word file, anything that you want. What you have to understand is that everything is hackable. Everything is hackable. You can get anything hacked. The question really is the computing power. So if I know that there is a Word file, I know a lot of people keep their passwords in Word files, protected Word files, which is not bad, but you have to understand that you have to choose a very, very difficult password for that Word file, and you should not tell anyone that that Word file exists because if someone knows that there is like $2 million worth of crypto in there, 10 million, 5 million, whatever, 100,000, they can put computing power onto the trying to crack this code. These codes, passwords, any passwords can be cracked very simply by computing power. It's like there's a computer running in the background and trying to figure out what the right combination is. And there are millions and millions and hundreds of millions of combinations. And more the password contains, more characters. So you were talking about high capital letters, small letter, numbers, special characters, talking about hashtag, more you have of these, the more difficult it becomes to hack or break through these passwords. So summary, you can either keep it in any password manager that you can find. You can keep it in Word files or whatever way you want. There is password protective notes or whatever you use, password protected. But most importantly, use a strong password. And if you want to use similar password everywhere, try to figure out a system for yourself. So for example, a system can be that you use, let's say this is TradingView and I want the TradingView login here, right? So I can use Fefe, I'm just saying something, Fefe, and then I can say TV as TradingView, and I can add a number at the end. So this could potentially be my password for TradingView, and then I always use like, let's say for Binance, I can use Fefe buy and then 7. So like always use a different number, always use a different combination, but have a core to it so you can remember. The only reason why I would never recommend you do not write, there are people who hardcore say, oh, you have to remember them. The only reason why I would not recommend doing that is because I had a friend who had a bicycle accident. He's riding hundreds of kilometers a week in bicycle, and he had an accident. He didn't remember the past 2 weeks, and it's a problem because if you only keep your passwords in mind, you don't know what's happening. In 2 seconds, something can happen, and you forget your master keyword, and then it's a problem. So make sure to use a strong password manager, and worst case or strongest case scenario, you can just print it in a piece of paper, write it down on a piece of paper, and keep it in 2-3 different locations, locked away in a bank safe or whatever. But I think that's an overkill depending on how you look at it. You rather use multi-sig wallets and whatnot. Then I said two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication is super important. Why? Because even if you use the exact same password and email, if you use the same password and email, you can still not get hacked if you have two-factor authentication. And not two-factor authentication basically means that you have to write your password, and then there's an added layer of security that you have to add. This could be an email code, this could be a a text message, or which neither of I would recommend, or it can be a two-factor authentication application. So you can find an application. This is called, let me just look it up here. It's called 2FA, Google 2FA. This is what I would recommend you use. It's called Turn on two-factor authentication. You can download this application from the Google Store. And what it basically gives you is a code that is regenerating every 1 minute. So it has a 6 character code, let's say 294780. And every minute that regenerates. So whenever you log into your account, you add your password, you add your email address, and then it will prompt you and say, hey, you need to add these 6 numbers. But this always regenerates. So even if someone gains access to your password and your email, they can't get into it. I actually have a full video. We're going to link it down in the description how you can set up two-factor authentication. But this is a way to go forward. You do need two-factor authentication. Now, third, up-to-date devices. It's very important. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but it's very, very important that you have up-to-date devices always. Because when an update comes through, when an application update comes through, when a device update comes through, there are different bug fixes fixes that happen, and that protects you against exploits. So if there is an application, there is an update coming to an application, there might be a bug in that update that allows hackers to exploit, and the community usually flags these updates, flags these issues, and updates and the issuer updates the application. So it's always key to update your devices. Do software updates all the time on everything that you can. Now, next is no connections to other hardware or software or different Wi-Fi networks. Let me show you something from the PBD podcast. Shout out to PBD, an absolute freaking legend. And he's on with Ryan Montgomery. He's like a hacker, well known. You might have seen him on TikTok. And just listen to this.
But it can monitor your keystrokes, so you can put this in line.
They're talking about a phone charging cable. Okay.
In between your
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you can put this in line in between your keyboard and your computer. I could put this in straight into your phone. I could put this. I can type keys at, like I said, at 860 words per second. I can leave it there and come back later. This thing has its own Wi-Fi network that I connect to inside of this. And then if you were to, you can match this up to yours and see it's absolutely identical.
100% same thing.
Yeah, so if you didn't have that little orange thing on there, you'd easily lose that.
Wow.
So what he's saying, that it is possible not only through Wi-Fi networks, but it's possible to get a cable that is very similar to, or looks exactly like a simple charging cable. And in that charging cable, there is a Wi-Fi router that allows him to connect to the device that this cable is plugged into. That's crazy. That means that you're basically able to plug this cable in to a phone, for example, and see everything that's happening on the phone. So when I say do not connect to any hardware devices, and do not connect your phone to a random charger on an airport, do not borrow a charger for someone, do not plug your phone into a TV on an airplane, do not do any of these, because these cables can be perforated and can get access to your phone, to your wallet, to your exchanges, to your keystrokes, meaning everything that you write, or your passwords, everything. And that's very, very bad. So that's one. And second is Wi-Fi networks. So do not connect to random public Wi-Fi networks, because as you connect to a public Wi-Fi network, it could be closed, and therefore the security of the network could be altered without your knowledge, and that means that your data can simply be stolen. Things could be approved from your phone through this network that you do not want approved. That means if you have an exchange account on your phone, if you have a wallet on your phone, these all can be exposed and all can be exploited if you connect to different Wi-Fi networks or other hardware devices. And then that leads me to the next point, which is use a VPN, virtual private network. So VPN stands for a virtual private network that protects its users by encrypting their data and masking their IP addresses. This hides their browsing activity, identity, and location, allowing for greater privacy and autonomy. Anyone seeking a safer, free, and more secure online experience could benefit from a VPN, freer. So the idea behind a VPN is the following. As you browse online, you are being tracked. Your IP is being tracked and displayed, and people can find your exact location from the IP address. So for example, if you download something, if you upload something, if you post somewhere on social media, all this information contains your IP address, which then can be used to track you down, whether through hackers, scammers, whoever it wants to be. So your IP, furthermore, is monitored by different companies. And then it's sold for advertisement purposes. So if you visit different places, different websites, what do you visit exactly? All that is being stored and recorded because your IP is being exposed. So using a VPN is essential. Now, VPN can be two things. It can be a software or can be a hardware VPN. Now, software VPN is what everybody knows about. It's basically an application that you can download and you can upload, use it on your phone, you activate it, and it masks that IP. So it basically encrypts the network connection. Therefore, no one can track your IP back, or your IP cannot be tracked, you cannot be tracked, and it protects you against malicious actors, therefore. But there are hardware VPNs as well, and I want to bring our partner here because I have been blown away. 𝗙𝗙 Network. 𝗙𝗙 means shadow, okay? So this guy, Oliver, flew all the way here to me to bring one of these devices. And he explained to me a lot of things. This is a hardware VPN. Okay, I'll tell you why I'm blown away by this. It's a Wi-Fi router, looks like this. It's a Wi-Fi router that you connect as your simple Wi-Fi router at home, and it serves as a physical VPN, meaning you do not need like 3 different devices, 5 different softwares. I don't need to have a VPN on my phone, on my iPad, on my laptop, on my desktop, and then the colleagues in the office and my mom and my sister and my brother, because you can have this one device at home, and this device is automatically encrypts your connection and creates a VPN on all the devices. So instead of having a VPN on a phone, for example, and then having a VPN on your desktop and having a VPN, also you have to pay much more if you want more devices on software VPNs. Now you can have a VPN hardware device, and you can use this, and your connection is protected through the router itself. I am blown away. I genuinely am blown away by the device itself. If you look at it, they have a lot, but you can look at the website. There's a link in the description. Look at them. I don't want to go through because you can read this as well. But the most important, you basically have this device. It's a plug and play thing. You plug it in the wall. You plug it in your home router. It encrypts. There is 2 private networks and 2 non-private networks. So I was telling Oliver, I'm like, the problem is a lot of times websites don't allow me to get onto a website if I have VPN on it. It's like, no problem. You just swap networks. You just swap Wi-Fi networks. And there is an application that you can control. If you have kids at home, you can control what websites can be visited and what websites can't be visited. And it's all protected through the VPN. The device itself costs, I think it's $180 something, but I told Oliver that we need the best deal for Banter. So we actually do have a deal. If you go on shop, you go lower here, 12 months Crypto Banter. Basically, for $99, you get the subscription and you got the device itself. And then I think it's going to be like $30 a year or something like that for the software itself. But for $99, it's a robust, well-built, incredible device from what I can tell you. And having a physical VPN installed without having to all the time on all different devices log in, it's actually mind-blowing. So we'll see what we can do with 𝗙𝗙 Network going forward. But what is also interesting that they do have a token. They just launched the token. I think they launched it in, when did they launch? Let's look at it. I think it's September, yeah, they launched it in September. So they launched the token. It's at 1 million market cap, 1 million FDV. This is a moonback for me. So I genuinely, truly believe that this is an incredible tech. So if you don't have to have a VPN on all different devices, you can just install it. Also, it's like if you're working in an office space, I was concerned to work in an office place where everybody have access to the same network. This limits you to get access to different devices on the same network as well, if you choose that kind of network. So anyway, this is a moonback for me. At 1 million FDV, I find it very, very, very low, risky low. But at the same time, this is what you do. You have a VC mindset, you invest, you put it away. If the project succeeds, which I do believe have a very, very great chance, then it's a massive, massive opportunity, 30, 40, 50, 100x easy. And if it doesn't, then it's one of the investments that you write off. But I do think that 𝗙𝗙 Network, this token has a potential. Now, they have a staking program. Why it's interesting? Because they are also launching a software VPN. And if you stake certain tokens, your subscription will be free for the years ahead as well. If you go back to the main page, you can look through all the links and documentations and everything else, but you can click on staking and you will be able to stake your tokens here if you believe that this physical VPN thing is going to be something, and if you believe 𝗙𝗙 Network is a potential candidate in actually becoming a leader in that, I do think it's a great idea to get a token. Now, it's dirt cheap. You can get the VPN device for $99 and then basically free for the remaining years if you stake the tokens. So yeah, check them out in the description. I'm super bullish on the project itself, and I'm very keen on physical VPNs because I do think it just makes life much, much easier, and you need security. But whatever you do, the most important thing is that always use a VPN. It's not even a question of if, but please, please, please use a VPN at all times. Now, next one up is going to be impersonators, phishing links, scam hacks, YouTube comments, fake investments. Now, there is a lot to talk about here. Number one is if you go on X here, for example, right? Let me just pull this in here. If you go on X, follow 𝗙𝗙 Network on X. But if you go on X here and you search for my name, let me pull this in. If you go on X and you search for my name, this is what you're going to see. So you search for my name, you click on people. These are all impersonators. Everyone. Every single one of them. And I go on one of them. This, for example, looks like me, but the difference is that it has a 1 at the end. Fefe Demeni 1. Okay? So that little digit can be the differentiator between your money being hacked or you being scammed or not. So if you go down here, first things to look for, number one, obviously, please look. This is my ad. You can find it in the description as well, but FEFEDMENY. You always make sure to double check for whoever you search for, you double check their ad. Okay, very, 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 very important. Other than that, you look at their followers, 204 followers. I have a little bit more followers than 204, so it's obvious that this guy is a scammer. It follows 4,741. Why? Because when this account follows you, the followers that I have will be feeling, oh my God, Fefe followed me, so this must be true, and they don't even check. They check the profile picture, and that's basically it. And then it retweets my tweets, and you could believe that this is actually me. So that's a problem. And if you look at, like, I'm not even that big of a shot, but if you look at like Ren, for example, there are a bunch of people. Look at this. Like, it's just like I can't even tell you how much Ren Nuna there is as an impersonator. It's unlimited. Okay, so please always double check and never believe these accounts. The second thing is, even if it's, even if it seems like this could be the true one, we will not DM you. I promise you. No influencer will DM you asking for money, saying, hey, I can invest your money and make 1,000% for you this bull cycle. None. No. If there's an influencer doing that, you know what to do. Turn your back and leave, because that's not true. It's not existing. These are the scams, impersonator scams that happen. They DM you on Discord. They DM you on Telegram. They DM you on X. They DM you on Facebook, Instagram. And they pretend to be me, Ran, or whoever you follow and see. And they try to get money out of you. So if any influencer you think is DMing you, think twice. Double check everything. Go onto the official platforms. Go onto YouTube. Just check, for example, go into the description. You can see my ex, follow my ex, turn on notifications. But you know my point. Please make sure to not fall into this. YouTube comments. There is an example that I wanted to bring that is coming up much more. Now, you think this is harmful, right? You see this comment, hi, could you help me with transferring USDT from my OKX wallet to Binance account? My seed phrase is, and then they write their seed phrases. And for a long time, I didn't know what is the scam. I was like, this is weird, but what is really the scam here? Well, the scam is super simple. You think they are the idiots. You write in these seed phrases into your wallet, and there will be $30,000 worth of tokens. And you want to transfer those tokens out, but the only problem is that there is not enough money for fees. So you send Solana in there, or you send Ethereum or whatever you send, but the wallets are already hacked. So what happens is that they drain the wallet immediately as you send the fee in, and you lose that tiny amount. Yeah, and it's a tiny amount, but if they do this with 100,000 people sending in $1, they gain $100,000, which is quite wild. So please make sure to never fall to any of these scams. These are all scams. Going around and then trying to scam you. The other thing is phishing links and hacks. Now, it's very important to understand the difference. Scams are when people, I have a full video on this as well, we can link that too, but scams are when a person knowingly comes to you and pretends to be someone else and tries to scam money out of you. A hack is when you don't even necessarily know it. For example, you don't use a VPN, and you link you get connected to an account, you get your IP tracked, and they know what websites you visit, you get your emails leaked, and then they log into your accounts and they hack you without you even knowing it. Or you connect your wallet to a malicious website, and behind your back, you don't even know, they drain your wallet. So to avoid this, one, never click unknown links. I don't click links. I do not click any links that I don't recognize. I just rather tell them, hey, please send it in a picture or whatever that is, because I don't want to look at it. So please do not ever click on unknown links, and never visit websites. And even if you have to visit websites that you don't really know or you never heard before, it sounds shady, use a VPN. And then the last one is rotations. So it's not directly correlated with security, but the way to lose your money very, very fast is to rotate too much, to use high leverage, to just go nuts in the market, and that basically causes you to lose your money. So to avoid that, the one thing that you can really do is to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, follow me on X. Truly, I guided you through the entire market so far, and I'm gonna continue to do so. I'm live every single day on Banter Plus as well, bringing you a daily show with all the alpha you need for the next 24 hours and from the previous 24 hours. But guys, this was it. I hope this video helped you understand a little bit better about how you can secure your bags. I hope that you have a better understanding on crypto security as a whole. And I hope that I inspired you with taking some steps and adjusting your emails, adjusting your passwords. It's still not late. We're going to have the next 6-8 months a massive rally. It's very important to protect yourself and not just think about how much money you're going to make, but how much money you're going to keep, because that's what it all comes down to. Truly appreciate you. If you have enjoyed this content, please smash the like button, share it with your friends. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions, any comments. Make sure to check out Kaga Network, our partner. $99. I think it's for the next 24 hours. So I don't know exactly how long the discount lives. Obviously, $99 is nothing for a device like this. And yeah, I truly appreciate you. Thank you for watching. And I believe I'll see you in the next one. Take care.